The shir is dedicated L'Zecha Nishmas Racheleya Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. We are going to discuss Perek Lamed Vav of Sefer Yirmiyahu. And this Perek is a very significant Perek, for in it we will see, number one, a Megillah that's written by Yirmiyahu Hanavi, the reading of this Megillah, and then tragically the burning of the Megillah on the part of the king, Yehoiakim, the punishment which Yehoiakim received for burning the Megillah, and finally the writing of a new Megillah. This Perek has in it a number of very significant and very noteworthy elements which Hashem we're going to discuss. Let's first examine some highlights of the Perek by reading the Psukim in the very beginning. Pasuk Aleph tells us, "Vayiba Shana Harvius Yehoiakim ben Yoshio Melech Yehuda Hoya Adavar Azel Yirmiyahu Meis Hashem Leimor." The language of the pasuk, namely Hoya Hadavar Azel Yirmiyahu, which the Targum Yonasan translates as referring to not just Hadibur Azeh, but he writes Hadavar Azeh. There was also a tzivui on a particular action that Yirmiyahu was supposed to take, and therefore the language is Hoya Hadavar Azel Yirmiyahu Meis Hashem Leimor. We see a number of nevuos in Sefer Yirmiyahu where the expression Meis Hashem occurs. And let's examine some of these nevuos and note the common element which seems to be that which combines all of them. In Pasuk Aleph of Perek Zayin, there Yirmiyahu Hanavi says, Hadavar shehaya Yirmiyahu Meis Hashem Leimor. And there the Navi is told, Amod b'shar Beis Hashem v'karas Hashem es hadavar azeh. He should stand in the Shara Beis Hashem and read the following: V'amarta shimud v'Hashem kol Yuda abayim b'Hashem eile l'shtachavos Hashem. And the Navi tells them in Pasuk Gimel that they should improve their ways, and then there will be Hashras Hashchina. And don't listen to the divrei sheker, Heichal Hashem, Heichal Hashem, Heichal Hashem Ema, but rather, if you go ahead and improve your be'al l'chavero, your interaction between man and man, as far as basics, fundamentals, oshik and the like, then Hashem Yisbarach will in effect, His Shechina will rest. And there the Navi takes them to task that somehow the Beis Hamikdash became a kind of talisman, and we discussed these psukim at some length when we visited Perek Zayin. The Navi there in Perek Zayin, Pasuk Gidal, speaks in very strong accusatory language. Ha'ma'aras paritzim hoya abayis hazeh asher nikra shmi ala beinechem gam anochi nera isinum Hashem. And the Navi takes them to task for, in effect, maltreating and misusing the Makom HaMikdash. So that's one situation where we have the expression Meis Hashem. We have it further in the Navi, also again Yirmiyahu, in Perek Yud Aleph. The Navi begins Pasuk Aleph, Hadavar shehaya Yirmiyahu Meis Hashem Leimor Shimos divrei abris hazol v'dibartem el ish Yehuda v'al Yosher Yerushalayim v'amarta aleim ko amar Hashem Elokei Yisrael aru ha'isha shelo yishma et divrei abris hazol. Here we have a covenant where Hashem is becoming our God, and there's a obligation on the part of both parties not to abrogate the covenant, not to annul it, but rather to consummate the bris and to comply with it. And here, the Navi then says in Pasuk Vav, Perek Yud Aleph, Vayomer Hashem Elai kroes kol advarim eila b'yar Yehuda b'chutz Yerushalayim leimor shimus divrei abris hazos v'asisim alsam. And this bris, of course, is supposed to be adhered to. And again, we have an indication what will happen if Chas v'Shalom the bris will not be abided by. That's in Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Aleph. A little bit later, in Perek Yud Ches, there also the Navi begins in a similar fashion. Hadavar Asher Hayod Yirmiyahu Meis Hashem Leimer Pasuk Aleph. Kum v'yavad to Beis Hayotzer b'shamash miachas dvarai. And Yirmiyahu goes to the Beis Hayotzer. V'hinehu oseh melach alo abnoyim. V'nishchas hakli asher oseh b'chomer b'yad hayotzer. V'shava yaseu kli acher. The kli was destroyed, and once again the kli is being remade, refashioned. Kasher yashar be'einei hayotzer lasos. And the Rebbeinu Shalom says through the words of the Navi, Hine kachomer b'yad hayotzer kein atem b'yadi beis Yisrael. That Hashem is brought in Rahman al-Litzlan destroy, or Hashem is brought in repair,